Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. February the 14th. Boo. I guess it'd be happy for me if, I had someone to spend it with, or if I could find the person that I was supposed to be spending it with. You'll have to excuse me, my depression's a little bit out of control right now. I just wanted to say hello to everyone and show you all the peppers and stuff in the garden before the lights go out. They're getting big, but I need a better, more controlled environment, controlled humidity, etc., etc., etc. And I'm outgrowing the space that I'm in. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet because I don't really have the capital for new lights. Just playing it by ear at the moment. I'm just letting them veg. The peppers are starting to put on flowers and stuff, but I'm just letting them veg. I'm just trying to let them get bigger. I keep plucking the little flower pods off. I want them to be like 3 foot tall in a 1 gallon pot, and it's kind of redunculous, but I'll give you all a quick peek real quick. These cheesy ass Walmart lights, I guarantee I won't never spend that much money on them again. And they are not what they promised them to be. They are not even close to what they promised them to be. I wish I could say that was the case. That would be nice. Especially if they'd quit lying. Here's the garlic. It looks a little scraggly, but it's still growing. It's just taking its sweet time doing its thing. I'm not in a hurry, and it'll be months before it's even ready to be harvested. So, but it smells like garlic, which is cool because the flies don't really like it. That's the end of the tomato plants, in case anybody wanted to know. Because I didn't have the space or a decent enough light, which is crap. Yeah, like I said, excuse me, because I get frustrated because I want my plants to be big, and I want my garden to be healthy, and I want everything to work out the way it's supposed to. But I've had some hiccups because, like I said, I don't have as controlled of an environment as I would like, and some of my peppers, when I transplanted them, they did die, which is fine. But if y'all look up here, you see these little garbage ass LEDs. I mean, they're okay if I could focus the energy and like put them evenly spaced together. That would be perfect. But the power consumption for these, I think they're 65 watts a bulb, and it's just a whole lot of cords and wires, and it's stupid. I don't like it. It's frustrating for me, whether you guys realize it or not. Who's viewing right now? Yeah, anyway, so let me flip this camera around. Give you guys a shot of the peppers. There's the aloe vera. And it, like the rest of the plants, I mean, they're all doing okay. Everything's getting big, everything's green, but that guy down there is struggling. He was one of the ones I transplanted. He didn't like it. And he started freaking out. He started getting spots all over his leaves and having issues, but the rest of them are doing all right. Those are the empty, sorry about that. Those are the empty spots where the tomatoes were. I just detached them this morning. I got to put the scraps in the compost for the worms to eat up. Yeah, it's cool. I got some more seeds started today. I've just been having problems when I go to transplant. They're not taking very kindly to the stress. And I've lightened up the soil as much as I can, but it's almost so light that there's just not, you can't really keep the nutrients in for the plants to absorb them. They just kind of get washed away. Which, that's why there's lines on the leaves, like this guy over here. The yellow lines is signs of calcium deficiency. I just put a tablespoon of gypsum in there and kind of roughed it under the soil, and I've only watered it twice, so it'll take it like another 6 weeks just to break down the gypsum that I put in there, soil. which is fine. I mean, I'll wait, but it's making me really hesitant to transplant these two because this little guy down here is turning yellow already. There's plenty of vitamins in the soil, but it's like the pH is fluctuating through the soil, but that could be due to just using straight tap water. I'm not purifying it at all. I'm just letting it grow and watering it as needed. But like I said, these lights, they're not doing me any favors. You know, starting out seedlings, get them close together in a smaller space, cool, they'd work great. But they're garbage. And they cost too much money for what I needed them to do in the first place. If I was gonna spend that kind of money, I should have spent it and just bought a big honking ass huge light, because just these bulbs here, $29 a piece and $35 for the blue and red spectrum. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but that's all blue and red, and then that's white and red, which the red's supposed to be like UV enhanced, but it's not. And that's a false claim that they made with the bulbs, which is very misleading because, you know, they say that it is, but it's not. They're just garbage. For seedlings, yeah, great. You know, you get them about a foot tall. But I need bigger pots. These are pepper plants. I mean, technically, I should have them in like 5 or 12-gallon pots or even bigger. Like, they're going to be just monstrous in the summertime. Not to mention, they're going to get super, super tall. But like I said, like, they're all putting on peppers and stuff. You see all the little flower pods? But that's another thing, which is kind of confusing, because the light cycle is 18.6, I'm pretty sure is what my timer's set to, which is 18 hours on it. The lights kick on at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So when I'm sleeping, it usually wakes me up. It's like alarm clock because it's so fucking bright. Excuse my language. I shouldn't be swearing on Facebook Live, but yeah, like, there shouldn't be putting on flowers in the veg stage. I mean, yeah, if the plant was mature enough to put flowers on, but I think that guy is, oh, he's about 3 months old. But at 3 months old, he should be like 2-3 foot tall. Of course, in the size pot that's big enough for him to live in, you know, without his roots getting all bound up. But I'm using cheesy ass plastic pots. They were cheap. I figured they'd be good for seedlings and stuff. But I'm noticing, like, as far as indoor application, not so much. I did help them along a little bit for some of them, but I have a whole bunch of these, and I made holes on the side so the air could flow through the soil to, like, help the roots. But it's still just, yeah, I don't know. It's questionable, but the lights have a lot to do with it, and I don't have any CO2 production in here at all. And that's an awful lot of plants in a small space. Granted, me being in the apartment all day when I'm not at work, should be enough carbon monoxide, but in reality, I should have like 1,200 units per hour of CO2 being pumped into a sealed area and then ventilated out. And that's just to provide adequate growth for the plants, assuming the lighting wasn't shit. And it is. It's literally shit. I mean, obviously they're growing, you know, but the expectations that I have, and because I've lost like 8 pepper plants in the transitioning between the small cups to the big pots, kind of pisses me off a little bit, because I had chilies and habaneros and bell peppers, and now I got a couple habaneros and I think 1 bell pepper and then 1 chili over here. And then I think he's a chili right there. So as far as that goes, I'm a little frustrated. But no worries. I am working on getting some more pots and stuff and a new grow space because obviously I went to Menards. I recycled some wood from an old bed frame and just made me a box. Threw some reflective material on it just to keep the light bouncing back at the plants. During the day, I open up the door just to let more air through here because I want these guys to get as much CO2 as they can to keep growing. But then again, the environment's not controlled enough. The humidity's not right. The soil's drying out either too fast or too slow. The temperature in the house keeps fluctuating rapidly. It's not really my neighbor's fault, but her kid sometimes likes to crank the heat up to like 86 so it gets 102 or some crap. I don't know. I don't have a thermometer, but I know on some days that I've been in here, like, things get pretty hectic. It's causing moisture issues in the soil, which everything could be worked around. I'm not worried about that, but what I'm worried about is that these guys are outgrowing their environment, and I need more controlled area. I need humidity control. I need proper temperature throughout the grow room. And these guys put off a lot of heat, but the light power itself, it's garbage. Like, that's why those tomatoes are so fucking small. That's a big beefsteak tomato plant. They should be like 1.5 pounds a piece or more. So obviously I need to upgrade my lights. So I've been looking into buying some new lights. I'm getting there. I just only have so much time in the day, and I got to try and work a full-time job and deal with stupid people in the middle of it, and then try and, I don't know. It's frustrating for me sometimes because I have anxiety, I do have PTSD, and I get frustrated because people always make stupid comments. They're like, ooh, I don't know. So our landlord sold the property, so I might have to pack up and move anyway, which there's no fucking way I can take these guys out into the temperature, even just transporting them in the car. If I have to do that, I'm surely going to kill all of them. They wouldn't make it 20 minutes across town in this temperature. There's just no fucking way. It'd even freeze off my garlic if I had to take my garlic and move it. Which is frustrating because the new landlord's kind of acting sketchy, and like, I don't want to have to move if I don't have to, but I'm not going to deal with a sketchy landlord either, especially if he's lying already and he doesn't even know me. Like, he's already been telling lies. We were supposed to get a new lease agreement in the mail. I have not seen a piece of paper, not a shred. But yet they expect me to pay rent again here in 2 weeks. And yeah, it's just kind of frustrating, but taking it all in stride. We're going to move the garlic back over here, though, so I got to dump those guys and repurpose and stuff. I'm going to remix some more soil and transplant those other two. And I got some more beans growing, scarlet runner beans, but obviously I need better lighting. I just need a big 4x4 or a 5x5 and a $900 light to just keep everything growing at a good pace. You know, I've been growing indoors for quite a while now. One thing I've learned, and I would recommend if you want growing equipment, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, especially if you're not sure. Because some of the lights I bought are straight up shit. I've spent way too much money, and they don't do what they claim to do. I had this old Apollo horticulture grade light, and it was a really good light. Its biggest flaw was it really couldn't put down the par values to create really good growth. I mean, for lettuce and basil and stuff, it worked perfect. You know, I had a jungle going on, but those are plants that reproduce fast. You know, within 30 days to 60 days, I'd have a head of lettuce, you know. It's frustrating because I know I don't have the money to go out and buy new lighting right now, even though I need it and I want it. I really just, it's frustrating me because I don't have, and I need. I need the space for them to grow, and I need them to be able to grow. But they're not going to be able to grow if I can't give them the good light. And I've been rummaging through lights and asking questions and talking to manufacturers and even trying to get some sponsored equipment for some of my growing channel shows on YouTube. I haven't really made any YouTube videos lately because obviously I'd like to just update with a whole new light, a whole new system, but that's just not going to happen right now because it's a money thing. There's money coming in, it's just, not enough to go drop $1,000 on a tent, a fan, a couple other fans, and a brand new ass light that's going to cost $400 or $500, $600 or more. And I was also looking at kits to build my own, but then again, same issue. It's money. If I don't have the money to keep it growing, then I'm just wasting my time. And if the light's not putting down enough par value to the soil, well, obviously your plants aren't going to be very healthy. I'd like to think that they're going to be healthy and stay growing strong and stuff, but I find it odd that all my garlic is detached from its clove. That's odd. I don't know if that's something that's normal, but it's not supposed to be like that. There's supposed to be a clove of garlic. It's green at this end. It's growing still. But apparently it's detached. Well, this one's not. This means I gotta sprout some more garlic. So out of 13, there's 1 clove in that bucket. Wow. And then, I'm fixing to go through the other one too. I just moved these down here by this light. They were in the window. And I didn't check on them for a couple days. That might be part of the problem. But it doesn't make sense because they're still sprouting green. So if they're dead, why are they still sprouting green? But they're not attached to the clove either. See, this guy's not attached. That's frustrating. It might have been because I let it dry out. That partially could be my fault. That one's still attached to a clove, and so is that one. Those two are attached. So out of all of the garlic, I have 2 cloves that are still growing. Well, you win some, you lose some. This isn't the perfect game to play. Can't win them all, I guess. So I got 1 clove of garlic. If my phone will stop being stupid. And I got 2 cloves of garlic. So I learned a big lesson with the garlic. It was probably too many cloves in one little area, and all the research and time that I've spent growing garlic, it's kind of a stupid mistake, but it happens. I'm not worried about it. Take it all in stride. It's one step at a time. Well, that's all for now, folks. Just wanted to let you check it out. Love you, Aunt Dawn. Thanks for watching. See ya.